Judge,
Sure.
appreciate it.
I like you a lot, but I'm not gonna see you again in here.
Okay, all right, thank you. Court is calling 2023 CR 4059, State of Texas versus Alvo Tucker. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state? We'll find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Tucker, I'm showing you what's entitled application for deferred adjudication. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with burglary of a habitation by force? That's a second-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am, I understand.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him? Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
According to the plea, there's a $200 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication. There's to be restitution, if any, to the flats at 9338 Paramvital Road. I'm glad you know that.
Yes, ma'am.
78217. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea?
Yes, Judge.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 8 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 150 hours of community service restitution, and no contact with 9338 Paramvital Road or Ruby Moore. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest, Your Honor.
State any evidence to support the plea?
State overstates Exhibit 1 and attachments.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Showing you what's entitled wavering consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Just that he understands what's happened and he's eager to try and complete everything on his to-do list. And he would like to apply for early termination.
All right. Why are you squatting in an apartment that doesn't belong to you?
I wasn't squatting, ma'am.
Well, how do you know this person?
Because my girlfriend lives at the front and I stay there. I stay at the, on the residence.
You stayed where?
I stayed there at the apartments. Well, stayed there. I recently just moved
Stayed there with who?
with, Alexis,
And who is Alexis?
my fiance.
So she's gone from girlfriend to fiance.
So, yeah, we was in the works, in the process.
When's the last time you had a job?
Well, I came here. I
And
worked,
when was that?
February the 13th. I got here February the 16th.
Doing what?
I was a project manager for a roofing company.
Mhm.
Champion Roofing Construction.
Do you have any drug issues?
No, ma'am.
Does your fiance have any children?
No, ma'am.
Do you
No.
have any children? I'm
No.
sorry, what?
Not here. She has older children, but not.
Are they adults?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any children?
No, ma'am.
Where's your family?
I really don't have any family, ma'am. My father passed. I don't know my mother.
Why don't you know your mother?
She gave me away to my grandma when I was real young and never really just got to really know her. I know of her
Mhm.
and I know she's doing good for herself. And I've talked to her on several occasions.
And where's your grandmother?
She passed.
And what are these tattoos about?
This loyalty, peace, and honor. I got them because I got stabbed few years back and almost cost me my life. And that's just my last name, being a kid. First
How old were
tattoo.
you when you got that?
I was like about 15.
Who gave you a tattoo at 15?
My cousin thought he was a tattoo artist.
Okay,
He really isn't. It's horrible.
all right. 8 years deferred adjudication, there's a $200 fine that will be probated. Restitution, if any, and no contact with Ruby Marie Mora and the Flats at 9338 Parent Vital Road. That's San Antonio, Texas, 78217.
Yes, ma'am.
150 hours of community service restitution. Proof of employment
I can get that to you.
within 45 days of release. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Random and regular UAs. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Field visits one time per month for 3 months. And those are to be random. And if there are no issues, then probation, you can discontinue the field visits. Is there anything else he needs? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No, ma'am. I appreciate it.
Showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right, because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right, good luck to you. Do better.
Yes, ma'am. Definitely. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Let's just look at, we're gonna be pleading true to condition number 2 going open to the court
All right.
with a explanation.
All right. Court is calling 2023 CR 4059, State of Texas versus Alvo Lafayette Tucker III. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Jason Garrett, Your Honor.
for the defense?
Michael DeLeon for Mr. Tucker.
And are you Mr. Tucker?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
All right. Did you review the document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Are you the same Alvo Lafayette Tucker III who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2023 CR 4059 for the offense of burglary of a habitation force on June 20th, 2023 for a period of 8 years? Is that you?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, state, which allegations are you proceeding on?
Violating condition number 2 at the top.
Yes.
On or about the 4th day of August 2023 in Bear County, Texas. The defendant, Alvo Lafayette Tucker III, the defendant may or failed to submit his best testimony as directed by the court officer, supervision officer, and or duly authorized agent of the court in violation of condition number 2.
How do you plead to that, true or not true?
True, Your Honor.
We'll waive the remaining violated conditions.
All right, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 2, the court could find it true, grant the motion, sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 2?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find violation of condition number 2 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
No, there is not, Your Honor.
State, what are you requesting?
We're requesting adjudication and revocation.
All right. Defense, what are you requesting?
Judge, we're asking that Mr. Tucker be placed back on deferred adjudication. I'd like to place him under oath so I can ask him some questions so we can enlighten the court with what's going on in his life.
All right, can you raise your right hand?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Alvo Lafayette Tucker III.
All right, defense.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Tucker, how are you employed right now?
I'm currently have my own lawn care service. through-
It will be a guilty conviction either way. But I'm not going to allow you to remain on deferred.
So,
Do you wish to speak to your attorney?
yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
All right.
Can we step back for a moment, Judge?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
We're back on the record and 2023 CR 4059. Mr. Tucker, have you had a chance to confer with your attorney
Yes, ma'am, I did.
and Mr. Gillian?
Judge, we want to take the option that puts him back on probation. He believes he will be successful on that and wants that opportunity. We'd ask the court to potentially put him on for probation for the next 40 years. Up to the court, of course.
All right. This is what the court is going to do. Court is finding violation of condition number 2 true. The court will find you guilty. The court will sentence you to 10 years in the prison. State any input as to the length of probation?
State of your
All right. And defense, I know you're recommending 2.
4, Judge.
I'm sorry, 4.
Reasonable.
All right. Court will sentence you to 10 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 10 years. Of course, if everything is completed, then you can always come back to the court. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. There's to be regular random UAs, proof of employment within 30 days, no employment as a home health care provider with minors. He's to do the trauma assessment. I see that was what was recommended. That's to be done in custody. Transfer to Victoria County.
Is that correct? Where do you live in Berry County?
I'm gonna live in Bear County.
All right.
I live here.
All right, then no transfer to Victoria County. There's to be no contact with the complainant. Oh, I'm sorry, State, you may be excused. There's to be field visits. 1 time per month. For 3 months. And that'll be after release from GPS. And GPS, that will be partial
Yes, ma'am.
for employment, and that will be through work release. And I'll ask that fees are waived. So on GPS, you're only allowed to work and report to your probation officer. That is it.
Yes, ma'am.
You're not allowed to go to the grocery store. You're going to have to do Uber Eats or whatever else, or have somebody else do it for you. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, probation. Is there anything else?
How long is the GPS, Judge?
We're going to do GPS for 90 days. And
Judge?
then after, yes.
We would be asking for a no contact order with Target and Live Oak.
All right, there's to be no contact with Target. Do you say Target in Live Oak or the Target in Live Oak?
Target and Live Oak.
All right. What we're going to do is you're just not able to go to Target.
Right. I can't go anywhere, remember?
Or as people say, Target. So there's to be no contact with Target. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right. And then there will be GPS for the 90 days. And then probation, after those 90 days are up, then you can start the home visits if you choose. All right, is there anything else?
No, Judge.
All right, did you review the trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it? You have a limited right to appeal. That right to appeal is as it relates to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you were in deferred adjudication. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right, we can go off the record. I don't do zero tolerance. Either you're gonna do right or you're not.
I understand.
Do not come back here. If you come back here, you're looking at a maximum of 10 years in the prison. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You had better make sure that you report when you're supposed to report. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Sure.
Appreciate it.
I like you a lot, but I'm not gonna see you again in here.
Okay, all right, thank you.